up? It is Seen and Not Heard. It's been a week, and what we've seen and what we've heard lately since doing the Mob Types episode was American Gangster. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. And before we get right to the topic, we don't have our usuals. We got some guests. We're gonna make sure we give the gentlemen time to introduce themselves. First off, gotta say what's up to my man Will. He made the beat that y'all hear as soon as the show starts.
Yes.
And my man DJ Mike Torch. Anybody want to intro themselves? Say some cool stuff about yourself. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Shout out to socials.
I know, man. I know what time it is. DJ Mike Torch. I'm everywhere. I know where to find me.
Everywhere.
I mean, yeah. I make beats, coach basketball. That's about it. Boring life. Watch movies.
I like sports.
I like sports, and that's it. We're talking about the woods.
That's it.
Yo. So, I mean,
What's goody?
are you going to introduce yourself like you're not always here?
I mean, yeah, swang on beats, make beats with this guy over here.
Yes.
I did the outro part of the beat. Yeah, that's it.
And
Shout out to Who Else But Us Clothing. We have some stuff dropping soon.
believe that. Yeah. Shout out to Shay in her absence. And now
Facts.
we will proceed with the Dude Cast.
The Dude Cast.
Cast.
So, if we're going to go right into American Gangster, what do we got?
American Gangster, directed by Ridley Scott. What was this, 07? No.
Was it
8? Yeah, 07, yep.
Okay.
Yep, released in 07. Story of Frank Lucas and ultimately his demise.
Great acting job by Denzel, because, I mean, people didn't even want to, like, people still wanted to beat, like, Frank Lucas, even though he snitched. But I digress.
Yo.
But when you think about it, he snitched on a lot of cops. Like,
It's different snitching.
2/3 of the police. Yo,
Is it different snitching?
I feel like that's why, though.
Is
Nah,
it
snitching is snitching.
I know.
Okay.
I agree with
Snitching
you.
is
No.
snitching.
I agree with you. No. I agree with you. I'm talking about why people still revere him.
like his snitching is like
Yeah.
an exception?
Yeah.
Because he's snitching on the cops?
Cops, the Italians.
Nah,
I'm with you. No.
Not
I mean,
okay.
no. Torch, I'm with you. I'm with you 1,000%.
So this is another example of Harlem dudes be snitching?
Yeah, you just put like Frank Lucas and Alpo together real quick. That was kind of crazy.
I'm just saying.
Not wrong.
I'm just saying. But
Sorry,
no,
Harlem.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I guess we'll move past that because I don't want to like just
Go crazy on
I
Harlem.
don't want
facts.
New
They
York
still
crazy
out
on
here.
Harlem.
New York supporters.
You and your little podcast.
That's hilarious.
So we'll get back into that. Try that in a small town ass podcast.
Oh man. So just get right into it. Yo?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, word. Yeah. I mean, opening scene, crazy. Sets a dude on fire.
Yeah, it was a little wild.
Back in the bumpy days.
Yeah.
So.
And shoots him.
And shot him.
Oh, and shot him.
And
Yeah.
shot
Set him on fire.
Like,
let
for-
him scream for a little bit.
for good measure.
And then shot him to make sure
He
he
was
was
begging
dead.
for his
Like,
life.
yeah.
That shit crazy. Yep. Yeah. So straight into it. I mean,
And he talks about big business on his deathbed, like in the middle, like nobody's in charge.
foreshadowing.
Yeah, a lot of
all
business
that
stuff.
good stuff, yo.
There's so much business talk in the movie throughout that's like really prevalent.
Well, yeah, because they're walking through Harlem.
Service merchandise
And they're just seeing the gentrification.
things start.
Yeah,
to
what's
change.
starting to happen
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Did you guys get the movie when it first came out? At like our age when it first came out?
I saw it
Because it took me like a few watches
I think-
to get to it.
I saw it twice in theaters. I think I got more of it the second time because you said what 07?
Yeah.
17.
Yo, I was about to say y'all were in high school.
I got a
Yeah,
decent
I
amount.
just
I got a
graduated.
decent amount of it in high school.
I don't think I've seen it when it like first came out. I think it took me a little while to see it.
I don't think I paid enough attention to it, and like you're just like expecting it to be a standard gangster movie. So it's like I might have like watched it. Like to be honest, like sometimes with movies, I mess around and have an ADD moment, and in the middle, I just like be like, oh, I'm out. Like I know I didn't watch it in theaters because obviously that'd be stupid to do there. That's a bad look for your money. When you're just doing that,
Back then it was cheap. Back then it wasn't as bad.
that's a fact. But I mean, when you're just like kind of at the crib and you're just watching this, like, oh, all right, cool. Like, oh snap, I'll do something else. So like it was kind of one of those situations for me where I'm like, oh man, I probably like dipped in the middle. And then I'm like, oh yeah, it's like just a standard gangster movie. Like this dude rises up and he's like selling mad drugs and it's kind of crazy, but like, all right, I'm out of here. Like, so when I see like when I watch it back, I'm like, yo, I don't really remember him snitching. Like that's like when I think like the second time I watched it, I was like, he told on all. I was like, oh, this is
on everybody.
okay.
Like, yeah.
Didn't see that. Reduced the 70 to a 15. That's a lot of telling. Like I was like, yo, I was like, you did like what is that like?
Because I mean, yo, we're talking about
1970s
NYPD, arguably the most corrupt era of cops.
Bro, they said that he took down 3/4 of the
department
force.
Yeah, all through the entire city.
Insane.
Yeah,
like that's a lot of snitching. I mean, don't get me wrong. That means that they were doing him really wrong, but that is a lot of snitching.
No question.
Yeah.
Listen, I wasn't condoning the snitching. I was just saying that I feel like that's why people do it.
Yeah.
I'm not with it.
He was naming names in the DMX voice. Just a list, just going off.
Nah, for sure.
It was Officer Rice Smith.
Yo,
You just
that's
go,
a fact.
like, come on, guy.
Nah, facts.
Like, yeah, because by the time, and that's one thing, I hate to go all the way to the end of the movie, but by the time they depicted that part, it was very odd how he wasn't like embarrassed of doing it.
Oh, shameless.
Like, you know, he was like, ha ha ha. Like, you know what I mean? Like, had that moment of like, yeah, we set it up and he was like, it's good work. You want to get a drink? Like,
yeah, he's proud of that shit.
Not police work. Like, I'm not with you. Like, you gotta get out here. Yeah. But all right, let's get back on task. You know me.
No, you good. Yeah, pivot straight and, you know, Bumpy has a heart attack or some shit. Yeah, it's heart failure or something like that. You go to his funeral and his funeral's stacked. Yo, this motherfucker got politicians in there,
celebrities,
you know what I'm
everybody.
saying, mad celebs, the other drug dealers. You know
bunch of people making sure he's dead because they own money.
They own money. Yep.
Lots of people making sure he was dead. Most of the people there making sure he was
just making
dead.
sure.
Facts.
See that debt cleared. Then Frank Lucas declares that he's coming for all the money that was owed.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, starts with
Yeah, because I think I don't know if they say it in the movie, but just Frank's history. I think he spent like half his life with Bumpy, like up until that time.
Well, they say he goes up there. I believe he was up there for
They said
11 or 15
They
years.
said 15 years.
Like
Okay.
15.
They say he drove for him for 15 years.
Yep.
15 years.
Yeah.
Word. So, and I'm imagining this is probably late 30s, maybe Frank Lucas. Maybe
Tough to call.
I'm thinking
it's tough to call because
I'm
Denzel's
thinking he
he's
probably
older.
goes there. Yeah, Denzel's
I think
older.
he's probably
But I'd say he
supposed to
probably
be younger.
20. It's probably
Yeah.
like 20. This has got to be like a 20 to 35 type thing.
They do try to make him look a little younger, like with his hair. His hair's a little tighter and shit like that. When
Yeah.
they set dude on fire in the beginning, he looks to be a little bit younger. So
Small little.
yeah, movie shit. Yo, they didn't have the de-aging technology.
Not at all. That would have made that movie look weird.
Thank
Fucking
God.
terrible. Yeah.
Oh
de-aging
man,
is
every time you say
terrible.
that word, I think of The Irishman.
Oh,
Yeah, so
They-
yeah.
Gave
A
him
movie
the-
I don't think we're
Yeah,
ever
he gave
gonna
him
do
the
up
he's
here.
dead kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I couldn't get
man.
through that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
Terrible.
Okay, so what goes after that?
We got intro to
Start
Richie.
seeing-
Because yeah, that's the thing about this movie, yo. It's not like I think to your point is like when we're younger watching it, you're watching for all the hot shit, for all the hot boy shit, for the drug shit, for the stuff that we know about Frank Lucas. But like,
it
yo, this
seems
is
like
really this is as much a movie about Frank as it is about Richie.
100%.
Yeah.
And I mean, like right then, like you're getting an intro to how corrupt the police are as a whole.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you're getting like after you get the beginning of Richie's story, you're getting the beginning of seeing that the cops are confiscating drugs, stepping on them and then selling them back.
So
Selling them back to the, not just selling them back to the mob.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Selling them back to the mob.
How crooked is it for them serving that subpoena that when they're knocking on the door and
Oh,
he
yeah,
just
that's fine.
tosses it in real quick?
It's just a Chinese
It's a
menu.
little breaking a couple rules, yo. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's showing so many different levels of corruption within police practices.
Yeah.
Like throughout the movie, that it's like, oh, I'm bad, but I'm not that bad.
Yeah, he's on like the white lie side of things.
And that makes me skip up to the thing when he finds all the money.
Yeah, which is pretty much what I had next, yo, which
Yeah.
is like, yeah, like these dudes were scared. Like
That's
his
a
partner
tough-
was physically like scared that they found the money, and it's just like, now what are we gonna do with it? Because are we those guys that turns in $1 million, or we try to skim at least a little bit off the top, but because you heard the sergeant.
Yeah.
Yo,
like, where's the rest?
Like, yeah, it's 980 something, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, where's the rest of it?
Like, yo, you stole $12,030 out of $1 million. Like,
shit,
this is embarrassing.
In late 60s,
that's why his partner started tweaking, man. Had to go get that money.
But the thing is like, I mean, I think it was important what he said when they were like in the car talking, and he was like, "Yo, cops don't trust cops."
Yeah,
what did he say? Turn in money.
Yeah, cops. Yeah,
it's like
kill
basically
other cops
like, yo, they think that you will snitch on them if they do it.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I mean? Like it was like a big ode to that blue wall of silence type thing or whatever. And all
That's
that.
insane.
All the
doing the
BS
right thing as a cop is
exactly
considered
is wrong.
snitching.
Yeah, right.
That's
Exactly. Wild. So I mean, it's just like, yo, it's all BS, but you pick whatever side you on of the thing. It was on every side.
Yeah.
So it's like, how could you really be leaning on cats in interrogation rooms when they're doing the same thing that you do daily when you hit the clock?
I mean, like this, you said, sometimes doing the right thing ain't doing the right thing.
It's not doing,
100%.
Tough. You had alluded to it. We get the scene where you're seeing these dirty cops. I don't have. It was a Trupo and whatever his.
Oh yeah. But
Trupo.
that like I just call them the
bunch of random Italian.
Yo, I was gonna say
Italian cops.
Random Italian
no
cops.
racial, but Guido cops, like,
which is like
hair slicked back, like all they're doing is shaking people down the whole movie.
Italian cops, man.
Yo, like you're seeing how this is all in like the first 30 minutes, yo. Like how corrupt this shit is. They're literally just walking into the evidence room. Yo, let me get the stuff. They're breaking it down in the police station.
Yeah. Nobody's not a part of
it. In like the crime lab.
Yeah.
So when you think about it, when you think of the whole thing in the totality, when we read that thing at the end, when it says like 3/4 of the police force lost their jobs behind this, it's like they're painting the picture perfectly because nobody's like ignorant of the fact that all these bad things are happening. If you think about it, when the dude brought the money, he was like, "Yo, why are you counting this in front of everybody? Like you're crazy." Yep. That's the guy in charge. That's the captain or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah,
he knows these dudes.
Like,
are
where's the rest of it? Why are you counting in front of these people? Like, he never said, like, hey, good job. Way to be honest. None of that. No. Like, he's like, wow, this is gonna be a tough day. Like everybody hates you. Like,
literally. And then you see it when they.
I mean, he never really had a job again.
No, because then they walk out.
And it's over.
And everybody's just staring at him. His partner starts tweaking on him as soon as they leave.
I couldn't hear somebody whispers something to Richie, and that's when he turns back around. And is like basically like somebody.
I tried to run it back like 3 times, and it's so low.
Inaudible.
I don't think, if I had to guess, it wasn't in the script. It was probably just somebody
just said something.
Just said something quick. They were
like under his breath, type vibe.
Like murmur under your breath. So he just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Still cool though. It's they wasn't gonna let him leave.
I try running it.
And then even when they walk out, his partner left like before him, and then he didn't even want to really look back at him, but he's like, "What? Like, for sure. Hey, you know what? Like we're dead now. We have a fucking mark on our back, yo."
Yeah,
like, real talk.
Like we lost our job and we could have had $1 million in a job.
Yo, facts. Not the beginning of the Frank versus Tango, because I think that's kind of like at the funeral where he's like, "Yo, Frank, give me a light," whatever. But
the diner scene, the coaster thing.
Yeah, I know you saw the jar out there. Sure. Was it 20%?
20%.
Yeah. Yo, I'm a big body language guy, so like Denzel's he's one of the goats, yo. He's one of the goats. Sure. But like his whole body language, rolling up the napkin. Yeah. Tapping the fucking cup extra hard, yo. I don't care about your 20%, dog. Like what does he say? It's coming into my profit.
No, he's like, that is my profit. Yeah. You're gonna put me out of business.
Yeah, right. He said, if I give you 20, what does that leave me?
Yeah. And then he said, yo, then don't sell drugs.
Yeah, don't sell drugs for me.
He's like, you can work for me. Get a job. Be my driver. Be my driver. Yes, sir. No, sir. Like, yes, sir, Mr. Man. Johnson. And he starts mocking what he did for a decade and a half. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. I'm like, they could fight right here. That's cool. I wasn't surprised, even though it was graphic. And when he finally kills him, I got it. Like, I was like, yo, you just like kind of like shitted on my whole existence. Like you shitted on something I take such pride in. Like, he took pride in being next to Bumpy, and like you just called him like a gopher. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, like, he did it to him at the funeral. At the funeral too.
When like it's like, oh, that's how you feel. He tells him, that's how you feel about me.
Yeah, he tells him go get a lighter. all that when he wipes down the coaster and all that.
Yeah, mind you, it seems like he's like a humble enough dude that I think like at that time Frank Lucas would have been willing to work for someone. He just came from working for somebody.
Yeah.
So it was like if you was like on something like, yo, I respect people with whatever position, like, you know what I mean?
But,
like all of us together make this thing work. He would have been fine with playing this position, but the dude was like demeaning.
But it wasn't, I don't think it was just that one interaction, because right before that, he's watching everybody. And when he's watching everybody, he's seeing how disrespectful everybody is.
Yeah, everybody is.
And so
the
at
Italians
that
are having
point,
their own little
at that point,
conversations.
I think that's when it hit his mind that I'll never work for nobody else but him.
Yeah, because nobody cares. Like, he's like, yeah, you find out like how rare the person you was working with was, because it was like, wow, he really cared about people. Even though, like, mind you, I mean, that's the whole world at large, but it's really like a thing when you're looking at like in the crime world, you're like, oh, that's even more rare.
I think one of the main themes in this movie is like it's like order. Like order gets brought up a lot. Like Bumpy brought it up. Like, yo, nobody's in charge. That gets brought up. I don't know how many times that gets said in this movie.
Especially when you talk about like the dairy farmers and like, you know, the other like the Italian crime family.
Yeah, when they get in, when he gets into it, when he goes there,
when he's copping from the Italian dude, he's like, "Oh, that would never happen with Italians." Yeah.
You're just messing up the order of things, and I mean, it's also people playing ball, because even though like to black people, you may seem like the Italians and the mob are in charge or whatever the case may be, but that's not necessarily what you're getting from them. When you find out, yo, you still got a cop from the cops. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody has somebody to answer to. So it's back to what you said about order.
Yep. So yeah, Frank and Tango have their thing. Oh yeah, shout out to all the memes that this movie has created. The My Man, the My Man memes, yo. Like, it's so many of those, yo. It's a lot of Denzel moments in this movie. I'll save my Denzel hot take for later. It's not that crazy. It's just something that I got to get at like fans, because fans be wilding. But anyway, skip to.
I mean, it's Denzel as Frank Lucas. It's Denzel.
I mean,
as
we talked about it pre-show.
It's Denzel.
Yeah,
as
we talked about it a
character.
little bit.
We talked about it a little
Like, he is himself as other
people.
characters.
Yeah.
You want to see him be an angry dad?
And at least half
Fences.
Go watch.
or John Q.
You know, yeah.
Or John Q.
You want to see him be an empathetic dad? He'll kill somebody.
And angry.
He was not happy in that movie.
Right.
Yo, Frank, calls his cousin over in, finds out that he's in Bangkok. He's not actually in Vietnam, but
shout out to that. Like, yo, one of the luckiest criminals in the world. Like, yo, you had to have a cousin over there for him to even be able to connect the dots to figure that out.
Yo, Frank's family's huge.
Yeah, it was a lot of
people. Shout out to like black ancestry.
And you had to find out where he was.
Yeah.
From a couple.
From some junkies, bro.
Some army junkies that came back.
I think that's important, though, because that's showing where drug use was. I mean, like, we're all young enough that, like, what we think of when you see, it's like, we think of, like, crackheads. You don't think about, like, the functioning addict level of, like, the Vietnam days when, like, cats was, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, you still talk to them even though you're, like, selling them heroin.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like,
he does that multiple times in the movie.
Fast forward a little bit when, speaking of high functioning, the dude that he has test the new stuff that comes in, that dude, like, he's fresh off Wall Street.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, you right. You're right about that. So, meets the plug. Watching them prepare the stuff, yo. The plug almost, like, he thought the plug was trying to stunt on him a little bit, yo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what you mean? You going to be able to get all these keys off, yo? Like, because what he asked for, 200 keys or some shit like that to start?
Yeah, I think it was.
Was it 2?
I think it was 200.
But then he told him, like, we're going to double up on the next one.
He was like, he was like, it'll be much more.
Yeah.
He was like, how you going to. Yo, mind you, I think there was a lot of arrogance there. Like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
I understand plausible deniability or whatever the case may be. But, like, yo, this dude is trying to ensure that you can do this.
Dude, yep.
And he's just kind of like, yo, you don't got to worry about that. Like, actually, I could say no.
I do got to worry about it.
I think he was probably that arrogant because he spent so much time with Bumpy and he spent so much time watching how the Italians do everything.
No, I believe that's where the confidence came from. But I'm saying how it will come off to the person that
agreed.
already has a language barrier that you're asking a favor for. You're asking to do business with this guy. It's like, yo, this could backfire.
You might not.
I'm not saying kiss his ass, but you may want to massage that conversation a little bit more.
Agree, but just based
I
off
thought
of
something
like,
else was coming after
just
that.
based off of mob, just based off of
Diddy.
That was the first one, yo. Yep.
But yeah, just based off mob movies and mob culture, he was really trying to do that like an Italian would have did it. Like he walked in there arrogant.
Own the place.
Yeah.
Let's get this done.
question.
Yeah, for sure.
No
Because
question.
I mean, while we talked about like the NYPD like running rampant with corruption, this is also probably the most concentrated era of like mob activities.
No question.
In it, it's 60s, 70s
70s,
mob era.
yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, insane.
It's the height before
Lufthansa didn't even happen.
technology
yet,
and modern day life ruins it.
Let's see.
Enrico's.
All that.
You get that fast paced cut, dope flying in, setting up the new operation. What's her name? Red Top coming out with a carriage full of fucking baby formula.
Yep.
Can never do that nowadays. That is a red flag. Yo, our Stop and
I mean,
Shop
you
days.
can't do it anywhere. It's all behind the cage.
That's
It's
a
all
fact.
locked up.
But yo, I remember us working
infamous.
at Stop and Shop and being told to alert a manager when we see somebody come in back
Get
to back
large
times
quantities.
to get formula, yo. Like, because then you start looking at a motherfucking feet, yo, seeing how their shoes look and how they dress, and you're like, yeah, you're selling this around the block, yo.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, yo, if you got the card, got the blue platinum,
Yeah.
swipe that, and get that Infamil off. Please, we about to get this
blue
gas.
platinum, yeah.
Like,
Blue
what?
platinum is crazy.
Like, you got to get it going. Like,
Oh,
Everybody
man. Which
trying to
which
work.
is funny because in the notes I had it's the start of Blue Magic, yo. They it's like going in blue.
that's all I'm
Hey,
saying. man.
yo, it is what it is, yo. Yo, I think it's fly him. Because I remember when they did the BET. Was it called American Gangsters?
Yeah, the show.
Yeah, the show.
Yeah, right. I'm not tripping.
Yeah.
When they had the Frank Lucas episode, and he's like, "Yeah, I used to go down there and fucking disguise. Yo. I used to get
Oh,
makeup
yeah,
and
with
shit,
the, like,
fake
yeah.
beards, yo, just so I could
front.
watch my money being made."
You
That's
never seen
fly.
it, Torch?
Nah.
It's a
Oh,
fly
yeah,
show.
like the
pretty
like
good.
it was
It's a
like
fly
like
show.
doing like basically like true crime story
Yeah.
or whatever. But it's Frank Lucas like basically giving like a more like documentary type
Yeah,
version
like
of
1 hour
interviewing.
episodes. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, they sat down with a lot of dudes.
A lot of
yo.
people.
I always forget his last name, but you familiar with The Wire?
Nah, yo, I have not seen the fucking.
you've never seen The
Wire.
Wire?
I've never
Wait,
seen The
what?
Wire.
Never seen The Wire?
Ever?
Nah.
The whole thing.
Torch.
Nah.
Oh, yo, mind you, yo, wait, do you see the reaction behind the camera? Yo,
Torch.
he's
I'm
from the
about to say,
DMV.
you from- yeah,
So
yeah.
he's
He's like, I lived that shit. Yeah.
Torch.
It's one of those
Damn.
things you'll be like.
Is there a
whatever.
reason?
No. Well, I was in the military when it was.
Okay.
Oh, valid.
So
Cool.
by the time I came back, it was like middle of it happening and stuff. I was like, man, I might catch it. Up.
Catch
Would
your
you watch it
reruns.
now?
Yeah, of course I would, but I just haven't. I haven't.
Nah, that's
you'll-
interesting.
I hear nothing but
because
good things about it.
You'll like it. You'll like it a
everybody
lot.
can't have, and that's one of the things. I mean, sidebar behind the thought process of the show. That's one of the things about the show is like, yo, everybody can't get a first experience again with the show. So like, it's interesting when you find out a show that's super popular, a person's never seen.
Yeah.
Like I remember one of the examples when I was making up the idea. It was a girl that I knew, and she had never seen Color Purple. And I was like, don't watch it. I was like, wait, I'm going to come up with the idea. I was like, and I need your first watch to be on camera,
makes
like to
sense.
be able to
Word.
get it. So like you saying that, I'm like, yo, once you watch it, please let us know so we can like do something about
Word.
it.
Nah, word.
But back
But
to the topic.
yep. No, you good. You good. This is what we're here for. Yo. Yeah, setting up the operation. It's like honestly, like this whole like 10-minute, 15-minute clip is like
What moves the story along?
yeah. So him setting up his operation, Blue Magic on the streets. Richie gets empowered
Everything
to
was
set up his
disgustingly
unit.
quick, though. I know it's supposed to move the story along, but yo, I promise you, one day he's like working out things, and it seemed like before the first he already bought a mansion.
Well, he calls his brothers.
Yo, he calls
says
the family.
we're moving everybody
He moves 20
Yo,
plus
buys the
people.
mansion and the condo because the condo's for him.
He said he had 5. By the time he met the Spanish joint that he married,
Miss Puerto Rico, yeah.
yeah, she was actually Miss Puerto Rico, so I'm not being racist. Like that's literally what she did. Like, and I don't remember her name. Like, but
Ava?
yeah, I think that might be
Ava,
right.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear the mom saying it. So then, nah, because she said it like when she met her, like I just watched it earlier. She was like, hey, like, but yeah, like he called his family. Yo, I promise you, like 20-something people. It was literally like six to 10 Lincoln Town cars, kids, multiple brothers, mom. Like it was mad people,
like 5, 6
like
brothers,
cousins.
Yeah.
These dudes had wives, everything. Like it was like, yo, I didn't see any of them like meet new chicks and figure things out there. Like they all came with built-in families. Like, yo, Common's son was T.I.
It was on some. It was on some.
Like that's
yo, which is crazy. Like,
yo, Common's
T.I.'s
son
supposed
was
to be
really
playing a fucking like 19-year-old or some shit.
Yeah, they just moved everybody like it was the Beverly Hillbillies.
Yo,
dead
everybody,
dead ass.
Like, yo, this is your house.
Yo, he snatches down the freshly bought
The
soul
soul
sign
sign.
real quick before his mom could see it.
White neighbor, super uncomfortable. He just points at him.
Well,
Like,
shout out to the mom though. She smokes.
The white dude was super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The lady was like looking like, "Oh, what's up?"
Like, what can you do? Like, he already bought it.
Yep. Which that was my next note. Moves family up there. Remembers his mom's like vanity set or the bedroom set, whatever.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like
It's,
when
it's a good moment though. All her scenes are crazy.
No,
like, all
I
her
think-
scenes she deserved. I think she won the Oscar like, for best supporting. So.
It was a crazy moment because I mean, like when you want to have like those redeeming qualities of what can be deemed as a villain as far as the criminal or whatever, it's like, oh man, like he really like cared about like his family doing better.
Well, yeah, you still
It's
got
an anti-hero.
you
That's
still
the
got
anti-hero
you
shit,
still got to humanize him to make him.
Literally killing communities with drugs.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Like, got to get your mom that vanity that she lost when you were 5.
Is crazy. Like later on, when you're just seeing like the damage that's being done.
Oh,
'Cause I know you're saying like a lot of things are
people
fast
are
paced,
du-
but that
like,
the baby's crying.
I didn't remember
yeah.
that until I watched it today. Like when they're like showing all the people shooting it and how potent the product is. So it's like, yo, the lady's dead in the bed and the baby's just crying.
97%, 98% pure.
Yeah, something like that.
All I could think was like, get the baby off the streets.
Organic.
And they said everything else. And they said everything else was between
Like 17 or
like
something.
it was like 13 and 25 or 13 and 35% or something.
It was 4 times stronger than whatever was the best.
Whatever was the best. Yeah. Nasty. I don't even want to know what they was cutting that shit with. And we'll get to that because that's mad classic scenes in this shit. Especially in the second act. So that's where we're heading right now.
Okay.
Him walking through, showing his brothers the business, and then he proves that point with Tango.
Yeah.
Shout out to Idris, The Wire.
Yeah.
Love it.
Idris Elba.
Saying.
Interesting character.
Very.
But yeah, like
because now the tables have turned. Where's my fucking 20%?
I need my 20%. You see the jar? Brings the jar right to him. Yep. He knows he's not gonna do it. He already knows. Like, mind you, I really believe the way they depicted Denzel was to show that like business was over everything. Because I think his brothers knew off rip. Like, yo, he will really kill us. So it was like to put everyone on notice, but also them. Like they're at breakfast.
No, 1,000%. That's why.
No, this is the business that we're in.
Yeah.
Like this is not for play. Like we're here to make money.
Because at that point, he had already shown them the
inner workings of the operation.
No, yeah. So this was to keep them
in line. Like this is serious.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, mind you, like I think it's like the only time they show him outside of like eating with the family at home and maybe bumping into them at the club or whatever. Like that was his spot. He went there like the way the cop Russell Crowe's character
when they
like breaks it down. It's like, yo, like every morning
he does the same shit.
Every morning he goes to breakfast there alone, outside of his driver, even not sitting with him, but sitting
he's sitting
over,
in the back.
Yeah, with the gun under the newspaper.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah, for sure.
But Pops Tango, broad daylight.
Right to the head.
Which is fucked up because I think, like, you know how movies, they embellish
right
shit
there.
or whatever.
Get out of here.
I think in that BET mini doc, I think he says, like, nah, I shot that nigga in broad daylight. like, crazy. Yeah,
Well,
we're not glorifying violence.
You could tell he had more of the respect of Harlem at that time. Because even the dude at the fruit stand, he's like, oh, you need anything, Frank?
Yeah.
Right.
Instantly.
Yo.
As soon as he walked up, he was just like, oh, you need anything?
Yep. Yeah. And just the reaction is like when he pops him, people scatter, but they don't like full
Take
on
off.
run away. They just kind of just clear out. Just nice little clear out. His brothers is like, oh shit, we ain't seen no shit like this. Like,
Not in
Yo.
where were they at? North Carolina?
Greensboro.
Yeah.
They was in the country.
Shit is nuts. Get into Richie investigating the blue magic when he finds the package on his OD partner.
Oh, that means that we skipping.
We skipped a little
Because
bit.
the partner, you gotta talk about the
Yeah,
partner.
the partner when he had to get him out the house. When he had to get him out the project.
Yeah, the partner.
That's crazy. Yo, corruption is nuts, yo. You got the fucking paramedics in this shit. He said what? Clean him up, prop his head up, open his eyes?
Not just the paramedics. One white paramedic, one black paramedic. You can tell the black paramedic, I watched it back 3 times. I ran it back. His face, not thrilled to be doing this. He didn't want to do it at all.
But he had to get by that group. Yeah. Like, yo, this is like the whole project is outside.
But you could tell.
They're like, yo, we're not sending extra units.
And it was something I didn't notice. Like when you asked me, did I catch on this stuff when it first came out, when I saw it twice in theaters? A scene like that where it's all facial expression off this dude, because he doesn't say a word.
Yeah.
But this time I was able to catch it, and you could tell like he didn't want to ride with them on this at all. He was as angry as the mob outside. Run it back, and you'll see it on his face.
Shit, word.
Yeah.
Yo, that's
good.
That's a
acting.
good. Yeah, that's a good pickup. That's a good pickup. But the partner robs whoever this dude that's I'm guessing a dealer. You know what I'm saying? Robs him for his cash.
He said he was a dealer. I think he was just another junkie.
Just another junkie, or
I don't think he was a dealer because there wasn't that much cat. There wasn't.
I think they just got up to some bullshit.
Nah, Richie. When
he had the money. Remember he?
Yeah, when they're
I
in the
just didn't
ambulance.
feel like it was that much, but that's because there's a lot of money in the movie and the rest.
That's
of the
true.
movie. That's probably why.
That's a good amount of money though when you think about it, because even when what's my man's name? The main cop from New York.
Trupo.
Yeah. When he shook Frank down, he said you needed 10 racks a month.
Yeah, true.
So that was a lot of money that cop had on him.
So yeah, ends up ODing, jumps out the ambulance when he's like, basically, I'm gonna turn you in. I'm not gonna go with the report. Yeah. Jumps out the ambulance. Next time we see him, he's OD'd. And that's when Richie finds the blue magic tab. And again, this is all like there's so much that happens in this movie before their revelation of like, oh, we're not looking at the mob, because they're all thinking that the mob is in charge of all of this, which
this is all still in the first 45 minutes too.
But that's more small world shit too, because I mean like that goes to when he's trying to like dig and get information and find out who Frank Lucas is. But then it's like his man's is actually on the other side of the fence, even though that's his man's. Yo,
his son's godfather, right there.
Yeah. Mind you, we gotta talk about that. Yo, the love story that the cop has, like as far as just having the hose.
Oh yeah, stewardess.
He had the hose.
He's piping his lawyer. His lawyer. Getting looks from the moms when he's with his BM.
Yo, he was walking with his BM in the park, and I noticed
and
the
kid,
other moms
BM
looking at his kid. I was like, okay, sir, I see you doing your thing. Yeah. Like I was like, yo, they made him like the real like sex symbol.
No question.
Like
which is crazy. This is out of shape.
Scruffy.
This is not Gladiator Russell Crowe, yo. With the Caesar, yo. This is fucking a little bit overweight. You know what I'm saying? Like dad bod.
Like all of them like
that shit's hilarious.
Like trust me, sometimes you're just an acquired taste.
I wonder if that was like real, yo. I wonder if the real Richie was really like knocking him down like that, yo.
You'll never know, because when you see them in pictures, it's just like Cass is just old,
yeah.
It's like when you look at basketball players back in the day, they were like 20, but they look like 40.
Clyde.
But that's a good aside, because you did have like, shout out to the club scenes. You had like, you're supposed to have the celebrities there when they go to the boxing ring, all these things, like when they the club that Frank Lucas owned.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean. Like that's like a like I don't know. I'd love to get your take on that though, just to know like how you would feel like to be like DJing that type of like an old school club.
It depends what's going on there.
Because it's just like the clubs there was so like, you know what I mean? Like it's like a different vibe than now.
I had it written down, yo. Anthony Hamilton is dope at singing.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
He fit that whole. I mean, because he was known to have the patchy scruff and everything. You know,
yeah, for sure.
He fit the aesthetic, yo, perfectly, yo, and the vocals to match, yo.
Yeah, nah. That was a solid casting choice.
First off, why Miss Puerto Rico, when he first seen her, she was with somebody else.
With the boxer.
She was with Joe Lewis. Yeah,
she was with Joe Lewis.
Yeah,
he bagged that night.
Yo, which is crazy because when they're at the fight, when they fast forward,
but they didn't leave.
They're sitting next to each other.
Yo, but they didn't leave. Like, you know, like say she was dipping out and he kind of caught her on the slide, like she was about to leave when he was about to leave.
I think
because they was like at the coat room, but she went back to her table.
So the way I've
he
always
went with her, right?
Who?
Yes.
No.
Frank goes back to the table.
No, I think I've always viewed that whole thing as
friend zone.
Yeah, as Joe, because he's old. He's older.
He's older.
He's
at
like
that point.
much older at that point.
Yeah.
And so I've always viewed that scene as him just bringing, like, they met because they're celebrities.
Oh, okay.
He was just bringing her to a cool spot because she's Miss Puerto Rico. She's from Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Because
Yeah.
he definitely didn't have
Nah,
it.
that's
She was
that's
gone.
valid.
Yeah.
She was out of there.
And then especially for me, what confirms that is the fact is the fact
Yo,
that they're
she
sitting
chose
at the fight together.
quick.
Is that they're all sitting at the fight together later on.
Yeah. That's a good point. A very good point.
I'm so out of order. But like that leads me to the chinchilla.
Oh yeah, we skipping a lot because the next thing I had written down was you see another super cut, Frank rising in power and shit like that.
Yep.
Alpaca scene, yo, at the party, yo.
Yeah, can't skip that.
You
Yo, you
can't
gotta
skip the
block
alpaca
that.
scene.
You gotta block that
shit, yo. That's
$20,000
$25,000 alpaca, yo. Put the club soda on it.
You don't rub that shit.
You block
Like,
that
yo,
shit.
there's so many goated Denzel moments in this movie. Like, it's
Said,
ridiculous.
I don't care. Send him back home.
But
Send him
even-
home, yeah.
Karen,
What was
he's
it,
not my cousin. He don't mean shit to
From
me.
here on out, nobody talks to me directly.
Nobody
you got
on
a
the
problem,
phone.
talk to
Talk to
Huey.
him,
Huey, you
talk
talk
to
to
me.
me.
But even right before that, because they were having a little dinner party, whatever.
Yep.
He's trying to get T.I.
To the
his
Yankees.
nephew to the Yankees, introducing him to the GM,
Scout, right?
Scout GM, whoever he was.
That's
with
the same
Yankees.
party.
It's the same party.
And nobody leaves.
Yo,
The people.
no,
that's
he-
how foul of a place this is.
No, he had to
Like,
yell.
yo,
He had
New York
to
is
yell
a cesspool,
for everybody.
yo.
He had to yell for everybody to get out because everybody was just chilling still.
Yeah.
Like it was regular.
After somebody got
regular
shot
regular.
mid-party.
This is what I'm saying.
Somebody got shot.
Mid party, somebody gets shot in the leg. The dude from the Yankees wasn't even leaving.
They're doing blow off the fucking grand piano.
And then he.
I mean, I'm not with doing blow.
Yo,
It's kind of fire,
Like
yo.
the aesthetic of people, everybody just being like, "Yo, that's his business." Like I just like how much people minded their business. That's all.
facts.
Like
That's what I was gonna say about different eras and clubs, because literally every 10 years has their own pockets. That's one of them. Like way back in that era, everything was out
And
in the
again,
open.
one of the
Nobody
dudes
nobody
one of the
cared.
dudes doing the
Nobody
coke was a
cared.
cop.
Bumps.
It was a cop doing coke with him.
yeah, that dude was a cop.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Had
Yo,
his
I
badge,
hate-
was waving it.
Yo, I hated that he looked like the.
He looked like
junkie cop.
the junkie cop. They got.
He just looked like he had
He
a
looked like the
haircut.
JD too. They had the same greaser.
Shorter, skinnier.
Cause racism. So
Damn, dog. Damn, dog.
But yeah, then
Simple Simon motherfuckers.
Frank beats the shit out of his cousin.
yeah, good.
Everybody
too.
there
throws him in.
throws
the
him in the
piano.
piano and starts slamming it on him.
Yep.
Yo,
And everybody's still just standing there like it's regular.
yo, Frank Lucas has some solid fights. Like, yo, when he beats his brother up, and his head
Oh, in
hits
the car?
and his head hits the
Yeah.
window, and the window shatters.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it's gonna be tough to just talk to him regular after that.
And it's crazy. 'Cause
Like, people fight their brothers all the
from
time.
when he kills Tango, showing like whatever we want
It
to
can
call it,
get
showing
ruthless,
force,
yeah.
showing like how serious this is.
Well, yeah.
Shit only escalates from there, yo.
That's why I know I'm jumping ahead now.
Nah,
too.
go ahead, you
But
good.
that's why when he has the scenes with Nikki, Nikki only talks to him but so hard. And then Frank
Pause.
gives him a look. Pause.
Hey, yo.
Had to get one.
Told you it was gonna happen.
Nah, go ahead, bro. don't act like you can't say it now. I'm not gonna read it.
But yeah, Nikki won't go crazy at him because Nikki knows that he's psychotic.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that he has a breaking point and he's not gonna match that breaking
It's
point.
funny to see that club scene because like you're seeing like a match of bravado, and it's like, yo, I still can't be no bitch though.
Yeah.
So he's like, yo, like I don't like the words you're using to me. Like, say
Yeah,
it
he
would be
said-
nice if.
You say you coming
say,
in here
like,
using
you
all
coming
these
in-
fucking big words.
Yeah, he's like, he's talking to me,
Oh,
talking about
man.
don't let you catch me.
Don't
Like, he's
let this.
He's like, please don't talk to me like that because I don't want you to kill me. But like, don't talk to me like there's people looking. Like, I got hoes right there. You bugging.
Go from alpaca to again more expansion. So now he's got to sit down with the Don. That's that whole
Oh yeah, when
dairy
he starts
farmer,
taking on the wholesale
monopoly
option.
speech. Yup, all of that, yo. And he's just like
That's when the Don offers him some security
From the mob.
from the mob.
and
yeah.
some racial sensitivity. Like I'm a Renaissance man.
Yeah, I'm a Renaissance man. Yo, some of my partners aren't as progressive.
They're not as enlightened.
Me.
You know what I mean? Like, they're not as enlightened. You know, I'll talk to you, Blackie. Like,
that was, but
he wasn't wrong.
He's not wrong.
Not wrong.
What was dope was even his wife caught on to it because when they're getting in the car, she's like, they're looking at us like we the help.
Like we're the help, and then he's like, nah,
They
they
work
work for
for
me
me.
now. Yeah, right. Which is real shit. Real shit.
Thanks.
Yeah. Again, we're rolling in. More money, more problems type of trope. You know, he's getting bigger and he's complaining about fucking
Cars
having to pay
flying,
this
different
people.
cars and
Yup, all that shit.
your
But
success
then,
took a shot at you. What are you gonna be? Unsuccessful?
Yep.
Says
So
you could be
that's
successful.
the mink coat, yo. This is like the stuff of legend, yo. Like,
think that
I'm at
was
the Ali fight.
I think that was too much. Well, when the mink coat comes up, I don't think he had to walk fresh out of his wedding, even though like he just got pulled over by the cop. I don't think he had to burn it that day, especially considering it was a gift from his wife.
Yes.
And they just got married that day. I was like, yo, burn the coat tomorrow.
But that just shows how
But
serious he is about business.
but
I've been doing everything one way.
How serious
is
are
what you
you
got.
if you shit on Huey at the club for dressing like
Nikki Barnes, and you
Barnes.
still wore it.
And then all you have done is tell everybody not to
do
be
it.
flashy and
And
bring
as soon as it's
bring
brought
attention.
to you, you take it.
You instantly did it. I get it. Your wife gave it to
It's
you.
your wife,
You could
yeah.
have, but you could have been like, not tonight.
Yo, that's
Could have been like, not never.
Bingo.
Is this
Like, shout
No,
out
but
to
you could have said not tonight and then just hung it up in the closet.
Yeah,
and stay
yeah.
there.
Is this misogynist, yo?
Go ahead.
A lot of these stories, yo.
The downfall is the hose. Go ahead, say it.
I mean, you literally just said it. I wasn't gonna say the hoes, but like I'm thinking about movies like Blow. You know what I'm saying? She goes absolutely.
That's a terrible woman.
nuts.
Casino.
Oh my god, yo! When we do Casino,
Yeah.
we've already kind of
Casino,
talked about
yeah.
it. There's a lot of shots being fired
Ginger?
in Casino. Yeah, Ginger, no good. I mean,
No good at all.
Yeah, Ace, the worst, is no good to begin with. But like,
Nobody's wife
it's a
ever.
ugh.
Nobody's wife is
That
Ginger.
is a cautionary tale, straight up. But like, yo, we tend to it's a soft spot, yo. When we're in love with somebody,
So now you
I
out
might-
here wearing
I
this
might-
dumbass jacket. That
so
means
I
mean,
never
fair
really
enough.
had my hair curly until a girl was like, "Yo, your hair would look good curly," and now we're here now.
shout out to you.
That's
God.
adorable.
You know
Now
what
he
I'm
looks
saying?
Dominican.
That's adorable. Dominican swine, yo.
Yo, everybody in here is wifed up. So, am I lying?
Nah,
You're right.
nah. But
he had his
I
last
had
before
a-
he had his leg.
I had a
No, but
conversation.
I'm sure wifey has. Go ahead.
I had a conversation with somebody. Everybody knows in here. I can say his name, but
Oh, all right, go ahead.
Oh man.
and he was like, yeah, I scrunched down my socks because a girl asked me one time, how come I see your ankles? So he wears long socks and just
What the
moves them down.
Yo, we
Because
can't
the
have
chick
long
so-
socks. We gotta after when we.
Yo, in between episodes, tell me who does that weird shit.
Yo, this is nuts, yo.
Y'all not gonna be surprised either.
Well, there it is.
All right. Okay.
All right, cool.
You know.
We got to run. We got to
my
run.
guy.
We got to run to get that story.
Oh my God.
Shout out to you and your socks.
Yeah, yo. Heat closing in, yo. So you got Frank being watched by the crooked cops, being watched by Richie, because Richie already knows that these guys are dirty. But he still doesn't know who Frank is. Like everyone, no one knows who Frank is until the mink coat and all that shit. Because yo, he's sitting closer than the Italians.
Yeah, better seats
sitting
than them.
next to Joe
He's literally
Louis,
in like the second row.
saying what up to Ali as he's walking to the ring. Like it's just a lot.
It was
yo.
too much going on. It's
a
Like
lot.
it's like, yo, if you was in a regular suit and you had the seats closer, and Ali said hello before going right to the ring, it still would have been too hot.
That was my.
It
whole
was like
thing.
it's a lot.
Every time I've thought about that, because all everybody pays attention to is the mink coat. I'm like, no matter what,
No, the whole
you're gonna
thing
get
was
too
got
much.
because you're. The
You're
Italian's
doing
sitting right
better.
behind you.
Yeah.
You got a bad bitch with you.
Joe Louis next to her.
Yeah, especially those days. I
Like-
hate to say it. She was like, well, oh man, I hate to say that. She was a commodity. She was like literally Miss Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
But
Like, you know
even-
what I mean? Like,
but even-
like she was hanging out at clubs
Yo.
with boxers that were friend zone.
But even the wilder thing to me is, even if she wasn't there, take her out the picture. If he's just there with
It's
Joe
still lit.
Lewis, if
He's
he's
in
just there
front.
with
Yeah,
Joe
just
Lewis,
there with Joe
he's
Lewis
done.
in a
Who is he?
regular
Because Joe
gray
Lewis
suit.
was like
Yeah.
made at that time in life.
Plus, at that point in time, like even when Richie's going there, he's like, "Oh, you care about boxing?" He's like, "No, it's politics." He's like, "I'm going there to see who the players are."
Yeah, real shit.
So he was already putting himself in the spotlight too much.
They had so much more freedom with their money back then.
Oh, 100%.
Like, it's crazy. Like, do whatever the hell you want.
Literally.
Yeah, until somebody finds out.
True. Meeting with Nikki Barnes, we already alluded to it. Another classic Denzel moment. It's a brand name. You know what I'm saying? Like Coke, like Pepsi.
Blue dog shit for all that.
Call that blue dog shit, yo. What does he say, yo? Get a handle on the motherfucker.
Yeah, it was tight. Like, and I mean, I get what he was saying, but it's like basically like he could have just. It just goes back to the forceful language. Like, you know what I mean? Like he didn't have to speak to Nikki that way. Like it was already set. Like it's like, yo, just change the name. Like if you're gonna do something to it, then it's no longer what it is. Yeah. So change. That
goes to the Don's conversation about monopolies and shit, yo. He's like that's how serious this nigga took this shit, yo. Like, bro, you're not gonna step on my product and call it Blue Magic because Blue Magic comes with some shit. It comes with the purity that we've been selling. You cutting my shit in half, it's not Blue Magic no more. Sure. He's not wrong.
I think he also went crazy like that on Nikki because his brother kind of looked up to Nikki.
He was always bringing him up. So he brought him up a couple times.
That's a good point.
Before
so he had to like, yo, he ain't shit.
Yeah, he ain't shit. He's gonna end up getting. I think he
don't listen to him. Listen to me.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, we go pretty much. Walls closing in. You know, your success took a shot at you. Another fucking more so classic wit.
Yeah, because they shot at his wife.
Yeah.
They shot at his wife.
And then he does
he brought this shit up,
classic,
yo.
I texted him about it because I just watched it right before I came again. He does the classic Denzel, two fists to the chest. He doesn't remember the Titans. He did it in this. He does it in Training Day.
Like he's
I think he does it in John Q.
He might. He most
definitely
does it in John.
I'm not gonna bury my son. My son is gonna bury me.
Yo, it's a Denzelism.
Oh man, yo, and I don't know if he does it in Malcolm X as Detroit Red. Yo, he might.
I gotta look for it in Mo Better Blues. See if he's been doing this
before. I don't know.
Is he doing it? He got game. I don't know.
Yo, shout out to my man. We're gonna talk about him next episode.
Get into that shit. Yo, oh my gosh. So yeah, Success took a shot at you. Fire. That's a fire scene. But yo, the third act it's real quick, yo. But like. So again, you mentioned I saw like the director's cut, which probably added like 10, 15 minutes, like a bunch of like little shit here and there. But like even without that, this shit for a 2 to 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah, the regular one's 220,
220 something.
Yeah,
yo, it moves. It really moves, yo.
The pacing it was really Scott still kind of in his prime.
Yeah.
The pacing, and this was like a real visceral movie because he don't really do visceral like. He does like sci-fi movies and big giant
period piece pieces. Too. On top of that, like very authentic 1970s New York, dirty. You know?
But for the pace to move so quick, I think that you start to see like, okay, no matter how sophisticated an operation is, all it takes is one piece to crack, and then it's over.
Yeah,
like because of how quick the pacing is, it like illustrates how quick things can fall.
No, it was definitely purposely done.
Yeah, because it was like as soon as they got like a bit of the code of how to track things down, it was like, oh, they're sloppy. Yeah. I'm watching it and I'm like, well, why would you go to the parking lot in a marked van?
Yeah.
Why would you not go in an unmarked van? Because like they're like, oh, that's what business?
Yeah, and they already know
construction. So, all right. Yep. Oh, there
and
goes T.I. Okay.
Yep.
The baseball ain't that the baseball?
Yeah, that's the baseball kid. Follow him. Yep. That's where the drugs are.
Because the shit moves so quick, yo. It's like walls closing in, but then like the Vietnam War ends. Panic mode. I need 1,000 keys, which is fucking crazy.
Wasn't it 2?
2,000.
2,000.
Even
worse.
Even worse. Put 2,000 in the sky right now.
And that's another classic downfall. You get greedy.
And then the plug is like, how are you gonna transport? Like, this isn't going anywhere. Yeah. But like, how are you gonna keep getting it in and out?
Yeah. We can make your 2,000.
Mind you, that was another thing. Like when he actually went out there, like after things are getting to that point, like yo, the plug. He's like, this isn't even in my best interest, but like yo. Quitting while you're ahead is not the same as quitting.
Yeah.
Word.
Like, yo, he could have did that, been done, called it a day.
take some time off, live off of your businesses that you got for the time being. Downsize
Wife's
if
already
you got
scared.
Maybe that's how they
Say you care.
I don't know.
Say you were worried about her and just get out of there.
That's that greed, bro. We seen it in Scarface. Like,
Can't stop.
Every
you want to go to war?
Classic story.
every gangster movie.
For sure.
They flipped the cousin,
Yeah, it's
disgraced
over.
cousin.
Oh, Jimmy.
The one,
Yo.
yeah, the one that got.
The one that got beat up.
Yeah, I wrote in the notes that wearing a wire in the 70s is crazy. You're literally walking in there with a fucking
Cassette
Walkman
player. Yeah.
taped to your with
box.
a boombox on your basically, bro. Like that shit is
Duct
nuts.
taped it around him
Yo.
go don't.
And the
Don't
fact
sweat.
That, yo, and
It's like us in pre-production when I'm
Yo.
telling you be natural.
Natural, you just hear the tape fucking winding yo.
Go be natural.
Imagine-
Big ass recorder. on
Imagine
you.
the cassette busting and coming out the bottom of your shirt, yo.
But then think,
Like, yo, what's that, homie?
He got super close to Huey when Huey's in the phone. It's a fucking phone.
Yo, it's not even a baggy era.
And he's like all up on him.
Their
He's like,
clothes don't
yo,
even match
he's
how
all
big-
Up, yo, he's all up on him to get it all on speaker to then go back.
Yo, these guys are wearing
That's
tight
nuts.
button-ups with big collars. Where did he hide the tape?
Yo, looking like the
Yo, I need a
Furious
coat.
5, yo. This
I'm
shit
gonna need
is
me a
crazy.
coat. Put a little pea coat over this.
They, closing on the shipment, which we were
No,
getting
but
at.
matter of fact,
but
now that you think about it, that's exactly why he has to be there to review the tapes with them. It was muffled. He had a jacket on. He had to cover it up. By the time he gets there, because he's basically back in the room with them, and then they're like, "So what was that was being said?" He had to remember it, but it's like that's like the tape's only there to like kind of trigger your memory. Like, oh, they said da da da. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it's nowhere
It wasn't
near as
good.
sophisticated. Yeah,
It
like,
wasn't good recordings.
putting dope in fucking dead soldiers' caskets. We have a soldier here. That shit is sacrilegious, yo.
Yeah, it's just wild.
That shit's foul. That's some foul shit. And I find it dope that is not revealed until the end. Because you're just like, oh, he's flying the shit in, whatever. A bunch of soldiers are taking care of it. It's gonna exchange hands.
it is the
perfectly.
70s.
But
50
yo,
racks
putting
a
that
flight.
shit in the caskets, yo.
$50,000 a flight.
But he was still paying for super nice coffins for all them, too. He
Yeah.
was. Like real nice, expensive.
The world
looking
is corrupt.
coffins. It's
Oh
wild.
my god.
No, but that's
Wild,
Frank.
bro.
But that's Frank Lucas being like, I'm still a good guy.
being gracious.
Yeah, I'm still a good guy with all this money.
Every
I'm still-
foul step, do something nice
good.
in the process.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I paid $50,000 the first time. I'll pay $100.
Yeah, give him.
It started
all
off
100.
rip with that.
Yeah, off rip. Yeah.
And his cousin's like, yo, it's only 50. He's like, nah, give him 100. This all. I
Yo,
got.
and then that's my last. I love that fucking look he gives him. Yo, that's
I'll
all
kill
I
you.
got.
Yo, stop threatening your
If that
family.
dope don't,
Frank.
yo, he said if that don't get there, and he just walks out the fucking tent. Yo, I was like, come on, yo.
Hey, I'll go to a. He's like, I don't want to go to your funeral. Like,
Yo, and the
stop
wilder
threatening your
yo,
cousins.
that's
like
not
that.
even his real
Literally
That's not even his
drugs
That's
over
his
the
cousin-in-law.
water.
That's his ex-wife.
Yeah.
Like,
That's your old wife. Like, she's never in the movie. That's
Can't-
crazy.
Can't have anything mob related without at least one obligatory racist moment when they're at the airfield.
Hike.
before that,
Well,
he
oh,
said
okay. Well, both.
the other cop says,
And he's
yeah,
like, yo,
Go ahead.
FBI caping for the mob, yo. Like, yo, no.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah,
big.
He's trying to tell
racist.
me a nigger's running the mob or whatever
Yeah,
the
that
fuck
was
he
it. Yeah,
says.
don't say it.
Or no, what did he say? No.
Don't quote all this.
No black man has what was it? He said no. He says N word obviously, but like no,
And then
no N word has
Now, you
done
saying
what the
N-word-
mob has done in 100
Can
years.
do
or
what
some
the mob has done
shit like
over
that.
the last 100 years.
There's no way a black man was gonna have a more sophisticated operation, not from the gaze of an arrogant white man in the 70s.
Who's
But here's the
probably
thing.
on, he's
Here's the
probably
thing.
on the take.
It wasn't
also,
even
like,
a
let's
more
keep it real.
sophisticated. Like he followed the mob system. He just went and got the shit himself.
Yeah.
That was the only difference.
Yeah.
He just went there and got it
Because
himself.
they said what they were dealing with fucking some Turks or some
Yeah.
shit like that. Somebody from Europe is
Yeah.
what they were dealing with. Yeah. So FBI again obligatory racist, yo, and caping for the mob is crazy. Like you're in front of two, they're not as high in the police field as you are, but you're still in front of two like
fellow officers.
two guys that are pretty much straight
On the
down
straight
the
and
middle,
narrow,
on the straight and narrow, and it's like you're caping for the mob,
Right.
but but it all falls down pretty quick. Mama gets in his, you know what I'm saying, slaps him up like, yo, your wife's about to leave you. I never asked what you do. I don't really care. I just know that you're about to go kill some cops, and that's not what we do.
She didn't say I don't care. She said I never asked you because I didn't want you to lie to me.
Yeah.
Word.
And
In other words, I know you sell drugs.
And you got all your brothers into this.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you would have been a doctor, they would have been doctors, which is not true because med school is mad expensive. There's a lot of them.
You gotta sell drugs to kids through medical school. You know?
Like, listen, man, logistically, the way my calculator's set up, that's some bullshit.
Oh my god, yo. But yeah, once Richie like figures out shit's in the lining of the caskets, it was
It's
a wrap,
over.
yo. They hit the crooked cops hit
I
the
don't
crib.
even think they had to figure that out because you gotta remember, T.I. and all them, they bust down the caskets.
Yeah.
And then they put it in the
Oh, they're watching that
they
whole
put it
thing.
in
They're
the
watching
van.
the
They
whole thing.
followed them.
Yep.
Then they go.
Yep. So, but yeah, you got the sweep of the whole organization. They're going through the apartments, all that shit. I feel bad for the dog, yo.
Yeah, that was kind of messed up.
Dog.
Mind you, that was Bumpy's dog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That was Bumpy's dog.
Because they show him
Because he called him over to him at the beginning.
Damn, that shit hurts even
Yeah.
more, yo. That's tough, yo. But
And that's where he had all
He
the
was
money.
wilding out trying to protect
but-
the money, man.
yeah.
Trooper
Loyal dog.
asshole.
That's tough, yo. But then we get the snitching moment, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Trubo bodied himself. Seen
Another
the writing
classic
on the wall.
Denzel scene though. He fucking again slamming shit with his hands, yo. He slaps the fucking coffee cup off the table.
What did
and
he
shit.
offer him? He offered him the $1 million again. You tell me where the car is.
Yeah,
Have it pull up.
drop it off. Yep.
Then what was the other joint that he offered him? He offered him a bunch of stuff. Basically,
Frank
just
was being-
no, he threatened his life.
He threatened, yeah.
Like in the interrogation room was kind of crazy. Bro,
Well, yeah, he did that first because he was like, "Are you wearing a wire?"
yeah.
So he does like a light bribe, and then he says, "I'm gonna fucking kill you," basically.
And if he was wearing a wire, was he gonna be like, "Yeah, you got me, you got me"? This whole conversation's recorded.
But it was like, yeah,
I don't know, man.
I mean, reading the things at the end while you're thinking like you're about to come back here and talk, I was like, oh, so he got out in '91.
yep.
Yeah.
I was like, he was.
And Richie became.
Then
his
he went
lawyer.
back in though, right? Didn't he go back in
I think so.
shortly after, a couple years after that? Yeah, I think he went back in. Yep.
But then Richie became his lawyer.
Yep, he was Richie's first client.
Yep.
Yeah, that's real shit. That's real shit, yo. Crazy. That's a crazy story, yo.
But he was a snitch.
But he's a snitch.
I don't even get how that was allowed though, because he was like an active participant in the case that like locked him. I feel like once you have to like recuse yourself.
Was he his first case after
Once
he
he
went
became a
back
defendant.
Oh,
Say what you
that
just said
clear?
again.
once you have to like recuse yourself of being his like legal.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, I don't know if that was clear though. Was he?
I didn't understand what you said the first time.
I would just think it's like a conflict of interest because you put him in
It is.
Yeah.
Right.
as
Yeah.
like a cop
Right.
/ lawyer, and then
I'm like,
yeah.
so were you a character witness?
'Cause
you're able to speak to how much he cooperated and
Yeah.
help
Him
put
snitching
some bad
was
people behind bars.
70 to 15
Yeah. Yes.
when he snitched.
yeah.
So that's their original deal. So yeah, so I'm guessing he was his first client
When he
Af-
got
after
For
he
whatever
got
the
out. Or
next
yeah,
case.
whenever he got knocked the
when he
second
got
time.
out. Yeah.
But either way.
Yeah.
Crazy story, man.
Yeah.
Crazy story. Is it a classic? Do we think it's a
The
classic?
movie
I think it might be a classic.
for me is up there. It's one of my favorite gangster movies.
Close.
Close.
It's definitely in my top 10.
I think it's aged well.
great
I haven't
Denzel
watched it in a
movie.
few years, yeah, but it's I think
Sucks
it's
that
aged
it's
well.
such a great movie and it involves snitching.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know, man.
But I digress.
I don't know. Harlem.
I just need to be better and not care
Back
about
to
snitching
Harlem.
that much.
Yeah, I don't
As
know.
long as it's not in my
Harlem,
personal life.
Harlem different, yo. Harlem's different.
But on that note, thank you for this episode of Seeing I Heard, and we'll see you next time.
What you see is what you get. It's what you get. Then what you see is what you get.